We have a voicemail number. That number is 219-2-David-P. Here's an interesting voicemail. A guy recounted a conversation he had with someone he works with, I believe. And there is such misunderstanding among right-wingers about such basic things. Listen to this voicemail, and then we'll discuss it, okay?
Hello, David. This is Bob from Texas.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with a coworker or my manager, I should say, and he was complaining about the COVID relief and saying that it affected his 401k and how much he, could put into it or something like that. And
oh man.
And I explained. I told him, well, Trump did two of them, and you should be doubly mad at him,
right,
instead of Biden. And I just had. I should probably do some research of my own, but how does the COVID relief funds affect 401k? And I know you're a big finance guy. You may have some insight on it.
Yeah. So listen. First of all. A ton of so Trump has started saying this at his rallies. Your 401ks are doing terribly because of Biden. What does that really mean? It's the stock market, okay? When people talk about a 401k holds the same types of assets anybody might hold directly. So it's stocks, stock mutual funds, bond mutual funds. So what they're really saying is 401k balances go up and down when the stock market goes up and down. So understand that when they talk about 401k, what they really mean is the stock market. Okay. What some right-wingers have claimed is that COVID relief packages increased inflation and therefore pushed down the value of the stock market. So, as the caller points out, if you're mad at Biden for doing that with one COVID relief package, you should be doubly mad at Trump for doing it with two. The reality is that the effect of those COVID relief packages on global markets and the American market overall is quite limited. But I actually think that's not even the right conversation to have. The right conversation is zoom out and think for a second. Does the stock market tend to do better when there's a Democratic president or a Republican president? And the data are clear. The stock market on average does better under Democratic presidents. Now, the last couple of months haven't been good under Joe Biden. Let's wait and see what happens at the end of his term. It is not always the case, but it is usually the case that stocks do better under Democratic presidents. When stocks do better, 401k accounts do better. Let's wait until Joe Biden's term is actually complete. We're not even 2 years in at this point in time. And by the way, look up all of this stuff on your own. Unemployment tends to be lower under Democratic presidents. GDP growth tends to be higher. Job creation tends to be higher. There have been fewer recessions under Democratic presidents, even accounting for the difference in number of years of Democratic for Republican presidents. Look it up yourself and then ask about causation correlation, and then we can have a real serious discussion. But these confused statements don't do much for any of us. We've got a great bonus show for you today. I'm out of time, but sign up at joinpakman.com. We've got a doozy of a bonus show for you when producer Pat joins me.